Good afternoon, ma'am. In previous class, we have seen that what about overlapping definition? Okay, I hope you understood the overlapping definition. Once again, what is meant by overlap definition? The process of combination of atomic orbitals. The process of combination of atomic orbitals is called overlapping. Once again, the process of combination of atomic orbitals is called overlapping. Okay, see, generally we find three types of overlap: SS overlapping, SP overlapping, PP overlapping. When one s orbital of one atom and another s orbital of another atom will be overlapped, means combined to form a bond, that is called SS overlapping. At the time of formation of bond, what did I say? One electron spins in clockwise direction. Even another electron spins in clockwise direction also. It will change its spin and it will be getting anti-clockwise direction. Then the electron which spins in clockwise direction and the electron which spins in anti-clockwise direction, both are getting paired with each other to form a bond. Okay, now what are the types of electron pairs? Two types of electron pairs are there: bond pairs and lone pairs. The bond pairs which are involved in bond, those are called bond pairs. And what about lone pairs? The electron pair which is not involved in bond is called lone pair. Okay, while the formation of F2Cl2 we have seen the examples also, how many lone pairs are there, how many bond pairs are there. Okay, these are all explained by valence bond theory under the heading VBT. Okay, now let us see. In previous class we have seen what is the example for SS overlapping. Formation of H2 molecule. Formation of H2 molecule. In the formation of H2 molecule, s orbital of first hydrogen atom and s orbital of second hydrogen atom will be involved in overlapping. That's why that is called SS overlapping. What is that? SS overlapping. I hope you understood. While the bond is getting formed, okay, covalent bond is formed by sharing of electrons. Covalent bond is formed by sharing of electrons. While that sharing of electrons will be taken place, okay, orbitals are getting combined with each other. Then that process is called overlapping. Okay, according to which orbitals are overlapped, according to that we gave the titles. Okay, in previous class we gave the example for SS overlapping, that is H2, formation of H2. In today's class we will go for SP overlapping and PP overlapping. Is it okay, ma? Shall I go through? So what are the things we completed in yesterday's class, previous class? I gave a small recall for you. Okay, now let us see what about the example for SP overlapping. Next slide heading, SP overlapping. Example for SP overlapping is formation of HF molecule. Name: hydrogen fluoride. What is that? Hydrogen fluoride. Now what are the atoms present in HF? One H atom and one F atom. So now first I am going to take hydrogen atom and here fluorine atom. Okay, what is the electronic configuration of hydrogen? 1s1. What is the electronic configuration of fluorine? 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. I am writing with the help of orbitals boxes also. For only outermost electrons I am showing with the help of boxes. Okay. See all of you, hydrogen wants one electron to get stable configuration, helium configuration. Fluorine wants one electron to get neon configuration. Fluorine wants one electron hydrogen wants 1 electron. So both of them, they want to get 1 electron. In that condition, ionic bond is not going to be formed. There is no chance. Then here also sharing of electrons only will be taken place. Okay, you have to remember that orbitals with single electron only involved in covalent bond. Because orbital with 2 electrons, there is no chance to be involved in bond. Already it is full, correct or not? Maximum number of electrons that can be accommodated in orbital is 2. So here 2 are present, here also. So the chance of orbital, which one will be undergoing the overlapping is p orbital here. Which orbital? P orbital. Actually totally how many electrons are there? 7 electrons present in outermost shell. Totally 7 electrons present in outermost shell. But where that single electron is present, okay, that single electron is called unpaired electron. That single electron is called unpaired electron. The electron which is not paired is called unpaired electron. So the orbitals which contains unpaired electron only involved in covalent bond. Orbitals with unpaired electron only involved in covalent bond. That one you have to remember. Okay. Here in hydrogen, which orbital has electron? S orbital. S orbital shape spherical with 1 electron. Okay, next. What about F fluorine atom? It has 1 unpaired electron in p orbital. So what is the shape of p orbital? Dumbbell shape with unpaired electron. Actually it has also clockwise direction, but at the time of involvement in bond, it will change its orientation to anti-clockwise direction. Okay, this is s orbital of hydrogen atom and this is p orbital of fluorine atom. Both of them, they will approach with each other and they will be involved in bond. Okay, then this is resulted as, this is s orbital, this is p orbital. One is in clockwise direction and another one is in anti-clockwise direction. S orbital of hydrogen and p orbital of fluorine are involved in overlapping. Okay, the type of overlap is called sp overlap. In that way, HF molecule is formed. After the involvement in bond, fluorine is getting stability like neon configuration. Hydrogen is getting stability like helium configuration. So both atoms present in that molecule are getting stability because of that HF molecule is stable. What is the name of HF? Hydrogen fluoride. Okay, this is about diagrammatic representation of HF molecule. Okay, s orbital of hydrogen and p orbital of fluorine are involved in overlapping. The type of overlapping is called sp overlapping. Okay, opposite directions I shown because electron with clockwise spin, this is anti-clockwise spin. Both are said to be paired with each other because of opposite magnetic fields. In the previous class I told. Okay, just to note down the diagrams neatly, all of you. Okay, next type of overlapping, PP overlapping. Example for the molecule which undergoes PP overlapping, that is F2 molecule. F2 molecule. Okay, fluorine. Simply fluorine gas. In this fluorine, how many atoms of fluorine are there? 2 atoms of fluorine are there. I am writing the electronic configuration of fluorine. 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. Okay, outermost electrons only I am representing with boxes. Observe that one carefully. Only outermost electrons I am representing with boxes. This one has already helium configuration, na? So that one I am not going to disturb. Okay, next another fluorine. 1s2, 2s2, 2p5. Now my question is, in both fluorines, anyways we understood, fluorine wants to gain one electron here and here also, so there is no possibility. It is possible with only covalent bond, no possibility of ionic bond. Okay, that one already we came to know. Anyways we understood. Now the thing is, where unpaired electrons are present? In p orbital of first fluorine and p orbital of second fluorine. Okay, what is the shape of p orbital? Dumbbell. In this electron is present. Second orbital. Here it will change the spin. Even though here it has clockwise spin, here it will change the spin, and these two will combine, will orient along particular direction. Suppose if this is pz, okay, definitely this is along z-axis. Even this is also along z-axis. So we can say the direction. Along which direction these orbitals are approaching with each other? Definitely along which axis? Z-axis. Both the orbitals will approach with each other and they are going to be involved in bond. Like this. This is the p orbital of first fluorine atom, this is p orbital of second fluorine atom. If they combine with each other, the process is called pp overlapping. Okay, and they will be involved in bond in this way. After the involvement of bond, these two fluorine atoms are getting stability. In that way, F2 molecule is more stable than F atom. F2 molecule is more stable than F atom. This type of overlapping is called pp overlapping, and the molecule in which pp overlapping takes place is F2 molecule, Cl2, Br2. These are all examples for pp overlapping molecules. The molecules in which pp overlapping will be taking place. Okay, ma? These are the three types of overlap. In general molecules we will observe. Okay, and one more thing is there. That is, what are the types of overlapping? Complete overlapping and means head-on-head overlapping and sideways overlapping, like that are there. Those are also explained by using suitable examples. No problem at all. Okay, first thing, this one also diagram, neatly draw that one, all of you. I hope you understood this concept, everyone. First, in what way covalent bond is formed, we have seen. Okay, what is the definition of covalent bond? What is the definition of covalent bond? Okay, ma? After that one, what is meant by overlapping? Okay, to form the covalent bond, definitely orbitals must approach with each other and they have to combine with each other. That combination is called overlapping. Different types of overlapping we have: SS overlapping, SP overlapping and PP overlapping. Okay, one small order is there. Let us note down. Shall I rub this one, all of you? Extent of overlapping. Order. Extent of overlapping means which overlapping is strong overlapping. PP overlapping is stronger than SP overlapping, is stronger than SS overlapping. Out of these three bonds, which bond is stronger? The bond which is formed by PP overlapping. It will be more effective because the orbital shapes are actually those are satisfying, or they are exactly suitable to be overlapped perfectly. Okay, very highly. Instead of spear, these dumbbell shapes, they can be overlapped easily and effectively. Okay, that's why PP overlapping is stronger than SP overlapping, sp overlapping is stronger than ss overlapping. What is the heading? Extent of overlapping order. Note down this order also. Next. I hope you are clear about this concept now. Our next side heading is formation of multiple bonds. Formation of multiple bonds. Multiple means till now we have seen only one bond between two atoms. Okay, here we can see formation of double bond as well as formation of triple bond also. Here we will see formation of double bond as well as triple bond also. That one easily we can understand. Okay, let us see all of you. Under this formation of multiple bonds, first molecule or formation of, just 1 minute now, triple bond. Formation of triple bond in N2 molecule. What is the side heading? First say that one. Formation of multiple bonds. Okay, under that formation of multiple bonds, our first example is formation of triple bond in N2 molecule. Let us see in what way triple bond is formed in N2 molecule. Okay, see ma, all of you. Nitrogen. N2 means two nitrogen atoms are there. I am taking two nitrogen atoms. What is the electronic configuration of nitrogen? 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Outermost electrons I am showing with boxes. This is same way. Second nitrogen also 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Okay, now coming to first nitrogen and second nitrogen, in which orbitals unpaired electrons are present? Px, Py, Pz. Same here also, Px, Py, Pz. Is it okay, ma? Okay, let us see. I am taking only unpaired electrons, orbitals which contain unpaired electrons only. This is not involved in, this pair of electrons will not be involved in bond. Then this is remained as lone pair of electrons. These are only involved in bond. Px, Py, Pz. Observe this one, all of you. This pink color, two balloons are there. It is like one p orbital. Dumbbell shape along x-axis in this direction. Okay, next this blue colored like this along y-axis. See, this violet color balloon towards you will be towards you, correct or not? This is along z-axis. This is px, this is py, and this is pz. Actually, like this only should be drawn. P orbitals must be drawn in this way. Px, Py, Pz. All the three will be present along x, y and z axis respectively. Okay, like this exact representation. Are you clear? Let us imagine that these three are belonging to first nitrogen atom. This one has one electron. This entire orbital, this violet color, see? Px, Py, Pz. Let us think that this is z axis. This is one contains one electron. Blue colored contains one electron. Pink color contains one electron. Okay, this entire orbital, pink orbital entirely, it is contained by one unpaired electron, like this. Okay, these three are belonging to one nitrogen atom. Like this, we have another nitrogen atom. Here also px, py, pz, three orbitals are there. Correct, no? Then same way, in what way it is shown here? This red balloon, two red balloons are there, na? That is entirely one orbital, px, py, pz. Okay, now let us see. First nitrogen atom with, see here also this white contains one unpaired electron, this red contains one unpaired electron, violet contains one unpaired electron. Is it okay? Now these two atoms will approach with each other, and along x-axis, any one axis, along one axis will be overlapped. This pink balloon and red balloon will be getting overlapped like this. Completely. They will undergo complete overlapping. With the help of fingers also I will show once again. See, these two will undergo complete overlapping. Okay. After the involvement of these two overlapped, remaining orbitals, see, blue color and here violet color, that violet color and this white color. Okay. They cannot come like this and they cannot approach completely. Why? They are perpendicular to each other. At once here it is locked. At once here it is locked. This pink colored balloon and red colored balloon involved in bond, completely overlapping. Okay. They cannot, these orbitals cannot come like this and they cannot overlap like that. It is not possible. But by the formation of one bond, N2 molecule is not stable. By the formation of one bond, N2 molecule is not stable because this nitrogen should require 3 electrons. This nitrogen also should require 3 electrons. By this only it can form one bond. Remaining 2 bonds also must be formed to be stabilized. Then what it will do? As this blue balloon y-axis and this y-axis orbital, they cannot approach each other completely. Okay. Then what they will do? The electron which is present in this blue orbital and the electron which is present in violet color orbital, simply they will change the spin. This one will be clockwise direction and this one will be anti-clockwise direction. Are you understanding, ma? This one will be remained as clockwise, this one will be changed to anti-clockwise. But it is not possible to overlap completely, na? But anyways, it should be stable. For that what they will do? They will undergo partial overlapping. Simply they will be like this only, but attraction will be there. This bond is involved by complete overlapping. PX is involved by complete overlapping. This bond is involved by partial overlapping. Partial means incomplete. Between PY and PY, the bond is formed by partial overlapping, means incomplete. The type of bond is called pi bond. I will show on board also. I will draw the diagram also. Before that you will get three-dimensional picture clearly by using these balloons. Okay, na? This is formed as sigma bond. PX, pink colored balloon and red colored balloon completely overlap, na? They will be involved in sigma bond. That is sigma bond, complete overlapping. This blue colored balloon and violet colored balloon, they will be involved in partial overlapping, na? That type of overlapping will be leading to pi bond. Next, same way. This violet color and this violet and this is white. Along z-axis, they will be nearer. Correct or not? They cannot come like this and they cannot undergo complete overlapping. Then here it will be present as clockwise direction spin electron. Here the electron which is present here, it is in anti-clockwise direction. Then what they will be? They will also involve in partial overlapping. Because of that, one more pi bond is present. Okay, so this is one sigma bond, pi bond and this pi bond. Like that, how many bonds are formed between N2, N and N? 3 bonds. that is triple bond. Px, Py, Pz will be like this now. These two are involved in complete overlapping. Px and Px orbitals are involved in complete overlapping. Py and Py orbitals are involved in incomplete overlapping, partial overlapping. Pz, Pz orbitals are also involved in partial overlapping, that front or rear. Okay, this is first nitrogen atom, this is second nitrogen atom. The bond which is formed by complete overlapping is called sigma bond. The bond which is formed by complete overlapping is called sigma bond. The bond which is formed by partial overlapping is called pi bond. Okay, in this molecule, how many sigma bonds are there? 1 sigma bond. How many pi bonds are there? 2 pi bonds. So totally, how many covalent bonds are present between N and N3? That is called triple bond. So formation of triple bond in N2 molecule. That is the heading. Formation of triple bond in N2 molecule. Once again, I will show these balloons. Before that, once I will draw on board. Okay, man. If I draw on board, now you will get more clear. Okay. Okay, let us see what about the diagram on board now. This is along x-axis. Contains 1 electron. Next, this is along y-axis. Contains 1 electron. And z-axis actually it should be like this, towards you. But it is not possible to show on board. That's why we are showing like this. Z-axis. Px, Py, Pz. This is first nitrogen atom, contains 1 electron. I have shown with the help of balloons also. Now second one contains Px, 1 electron, complete overlapping. These two orbitals are involved in complete overlapping. This is Px. Complete overlapping which will be leading to sigma bond. Representation is this one. That one again I will write neatly. Okay, this is representation sigma. Next, Py and Pz. See, at once sigma bond is formed. There is no chance for Py and Py to undergo complete overlapping. But the electron which is present in first nitrogen atom spins in clockwise direction, and second nitrogen atom will be changed to opposite spin, anti-clockwise. Then those two will be attracted partially. Means that is not complete overlapping. They will be present like this only. But electron spin clockwise, this one electron spin anti-clockwise. Magnets are kept a little bit far away. These two magnets are a little bit far away, even though they are attracted or not. Next, here these two are very nearer each other, means complete overlapping is taking place. This is complete combination, this is incomplete combination. Okay, next, same way, Pz, Pz. The electron which is present here clockwise, and this one will be maintained as anti-clockwise. Then these two are involved in another pi bond. Pi bond representation is this one. This is another pi bond. This pi bond is formed by Pz, Pz, incomplete overlapping. This pi bond is formed by Py, Py, incomplete overlapping. In this way, 3 bonds are formed. One bond will be above the plane, that white orbital and this violet color orbital. Red color and pink color orbital, they will be involved in sigma bond. These two pi bond, here also pi bond. not by complete overlapping. This is involved in sigma bond. This sigma bond is here. This sigma bond is here, ma. This pi bond here, this pi bond, sorry, py, and this pi bond is this one. Totally 1, 2, 3. These two are formed by incomplete overlapping, partial overlapping. In this way, N2 molecule is formed. I hope you are clear. Okay. Next, with the help of fingers, see here. That middle finger is there, na? Let us think that is along x-axis. This index finger, z-axis. This thumb, z-axis. Sorry, y-axis. Imagine this thumb is here. Okay, these three are perpendicular to each other only. These two will be involved in complete overlapping, which is formed as sigma bond. At once this sigma bond is formed, there is no chance of here and here to be involved in complete overlapping. You can ask me, sir, what about py? Py can also complete overlapping. See, py also can undergo complete overlapping. At that time, this px and pz, it is not possible. So any one bond only, it can be involved in complete overlapping. Any one bond only, it can be involved in complete overlapping. Okay, see here, complete overlapping is taking place, sigma bond. These two are involved in pi bond. These two are also involved in pi bond. In this way, totally 3 bonds will be formed between nitrogen molecule, 3 triple bond, multiple bond between 2 atoms. This is the diagrammatic representation. Draw the diagrams neatly, all of you. Okay, with the help of diagrams also, with the help of balloons also I have shown. I hope you understood. So totally 2 types of bonds we observed, sigma bond and phi pi bond. Sigma bond is formed by complete overlapping of atomic orbitals, but pi bond is formed by partial overlapping of atomic orbitals. Okay, that one after completion of O2 molecule, I will say the difference now. Now my question is, between sigma bond and pi bond, which is strong bond? Sigma bond, because it is involved in complete overlapping. If you take pi bond, that is involved in incomplete overlapping, so it can be broken down easily. So when there is a chance of these molecules to be involved in reactions, chemical reactions, first which type of bonds are broken? Pi bonds will be broken, then only sigma bond. Because sigma bond is involved in complete overlapping, no? That's why sigma bond is strong bond, pi bond is weak bond. This is formation of triple bond in N2 molecule. Okay, now we will show with the help of dots also. I will show that one. Let us see. See, this nitrogen has totally outermost 5 electrons. Even this nitrogen also has outermost 5 electrons. This electron is involved in pi bond. These 2 electrons will be involved in pi bond. This is involved in sigma bond. Okay. Totally 3 bond pairs are there. 2 lone pairs. This is not involved in bond. This is nitrogen lone pair. This is nitrogen lone pair. Out of total molecule, has 3 bond pairs, 2 lone pairs. Okay, this is the normal representation, that is diagrammatic representation, previous one. By this what we have understood? Triple bond. In triple bond, how many sigma bonds will be present? Same, how many sigma bonds? 1 sigma bond. Remaining 2 are pi bonds. Okay, that is about this formation of triple bond in nitrogen. Next we will see formation of double bond in O2 molecule. Next side heading. Formation of double bond in O2 molecule. Let us see what about the double bond formation in O2 molecule, all of you. Okay, till this I hope you understood, everyone. Okay, so what are the things we have studied till now? The important thing is, what about pi bond and sigma bond? The bond which is formed by complete overlapping. The bond which is formed by complete overlapping is called sigma bond. The bond which is formed by incomplete overlapping is called pi bond. Okay, out of these two, sigma and pi bonds, which one is strong bond? Sigma bond is strong bond. Why? It is involved in complete overlapping. Okay, in the same way we can see what about the formation of double bond in oxygen molecule. That is the thing we will see. First I would like to write the oxygen electronic configuration: 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Next, another oxygen, same, 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. In which orbitals unpaired electrons are present? Py and Pz. Only two orbitals contain unpaired electrons, correct? So we have to take the help of two orbitals only. The third orbital has lone pair of electrons. Is it correct, ma? Okay, let us see. Same again, I took same representation. You have to remember that. Okay, let us fix with this violet color x-axis. 1 minute, ma. Then anything. Let us do one thing. Otherwise, Py Pz. Okay. Then what it will do? See. This pink color is there, na? That is Px. This red color Px. Py involved in complete overlapping. Py involved in complete overlapping. This one, violet color and this white color, they are involved in partial overlapping. One sigma bond, one pi bond. Or this one only I am going to show like this. See, this blue colored balloon and this violet colored balloon, they will be involved in complete overlapping to form sigma bond. This pink colored balloon and red colored balloon, they contain lone pair of electrons. That's why I am going to remove them. Because where that lone pair of electrons, that electrons no need for us, man. I want to remove. I want to show only two orbitals. See. These are perpendicular to each other, correct? In the same way, here I am going to remove this pink orbital. Okay, nice. See here, ma? These two are involved in complete overlapping. One more orbital actually should be there. That orbital contains anyways lone pair of electrons, no? Sorry, this one, X contains lone pair of electrons, no? It is not involved in any bond. We have two orbitals. Let us think that this is y-axis and this is z-axis. it is involved in complete overlapping. At once, if it is involved in complete overlapping, these two cannot come like this and they cannot overlap. Then they are involved in pi bond. This violet color one and this white colored one. Okay. This is the formation of double bond. Okay, in oxygen. I will show on board. Let us see that one. This is Py, contains one electron, and this is Pz. This is reference only, man. We have to think that two orbitals, if you take, third orbital must be like this. Every time this above one only, it should be z axis like that, no need. Okay, according to reference, it will be changed. Okay, now this is Pz. This is involved in this one. Pz of next orbital, next atom, will be involved in bond, complete overlapping. At that time, Py cannot be involved in complete overlapping. Correct? Then these two will be involved in pi bond. These two will be involved in sigma bond. This is the formation of double bond. These two are involved in complete overlapping, sigma bond. These two are involved in pi bond. Okay, sidewise overlapping. This is the formation of double bond in oxygen molecule. Note down the diagrams. Okay. Now, what is the thing I am going to show? That with the help of electrons, we can show that one. That one I will see. Oxygen has totally 6 unpaired electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another oxygen also has 6 unpaired electrons. These two are involved in bonds. This is pi bond, this is sigma bond. By this, O2 molecule is getting stable. O2 will be shown as O double bond O. Okay, here how many lone pairs total molecule has? 2 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs. In which out of 2 bond pairs, 1 sigma, 1 pi. Sigma's spelling this one, pi spelling this one. 1 sigma, 1 pi in 2 bond pairs. 2 lone pairs, sorry, total 4 lone pairs. 4 lone pairs. On each oxygen, we have 2 lone pairs. Okay. I hope this is about formation of double bond in O2 molecule. You understood this concept. All of you, I hope. Okay. This is about how the orbitals will be involved in overlapping. Overlapping means how they are combined with each other. Here again 2 types are there. If they undergo complete overlapping, we will get sigma bond. If they undergo partial overlapping, we will get pi bond. Okay. That sigma bond and pi bond difference in tomorrow's next class, I will show that one. After that, we will go to what about next theory. Maximum, we completed this VBT, valence bond theory. Okay. Before that one, I think some more points are there. After going through that points, we will go to next theory. Is it okay? That is about today's class. I hope you understood. Multiple bonds means double bond and triple bond. Anytime, whatever it might be, if it is one bond, it should be sigma bond. If it is double bond, one is sigma and one is pi. If it is triple bond, one is sigma, remaining 2 pi. Every time only one sigma bond is possible. There is no more than one sigma bond between 2 atoms. Okay, remaining are pi bonds only. So in today's class, what are the concepts we have seen? We started with different types of overlapping. After that, formation of multiple bonds in O2 molecule and N2 molecule. With the help of balloons also I have shown. I hope they are useful for you. Those models are useful for you. Okay, that is about today's class. Thank you. With the next remaining little bit concepts in valence bond theory, we will meet in next class. Okay, thank you all. Thank you once again, ma.